Jesus Christ, this game's not even out yet and they've already started with this shit?
Neat! It's like looking in a smelly mirror.
What's up everybody, Jackson here, and a long time ago when I started this channel I decided that one of the main things I was going to look at, as well as things within games that are hurtful to gamers, is things within the games media, alright? Now bear in mind that I was pretty much clueless on Gamergate. I mean, I had the highlights, but I didn't have it nailed out quite as fine-tuned as it was, to the point where, as I understand it, writers from several big media news organizations were actually funding games that they were doing reviews on. Sketchy shit, right? Now, I think what happened as a cause of Gamergate is all of these fucking media outlets realized something, and that is that this bullshit political fucking crap in relation to video games equals views, equals, outrage equals revenue, right? Pretty much. So when I read articles like this Polygon one, which we're going to get to in a minute, which is obviously just fucking so full of shit, it makes me... I'm looking at it through the lens of someone who understands what they are doing, okay? They're trying to be outrageous and sensational just for the fucking sake of being outrageous and sensational, alright? I mean, you read this shit and you can't believe that this is seriously a problem. When these people have been bitching about something for so long, then the developers go out of their way to specifically cater to these people's fucking wants and desires, only to have them fucking called... whatever, it's just a checklist or whatever the fuck. We're going to get into it in a minute and I'm going to read it a little bit more. But all I'm saying is, when they saying this, I can't believe that these people actually believe this, because I want to have hope in humanity and the rest of our, I just don't want this world to be that fucking stupid. I don't want to accept the reality that this world has become that fucking stupid. So I think what they're doing it for is money, because greed I can understand and sympathize with. I can understand these people, and you look at it through the lens of the Gamergate and the knowledge gained therein, where they were actually collaborating with each other and, working out talking points with each other based on, what several different publications were going to say. You look at that and I really think that they kept the momentum from that. They kept poking the gamers, and then the gamers in response have become, I'm sorry, let's face it, just as fucking outrageous and sensationalized. And I'm not saying that people aren't making valid criticisms of SJW shit and this political shit and all of that shit, but I'm saying what you're doing is you're not stopping the stirring of the pot. What you're doing is you're fucking adding another fucking ladle and you're churning it like you're trying to fucking make butter, alright? And it's creating this situation where Call of Duty World War II, which is one of the first Call of Duty games, I'm going to be honest, that I said I was interested in Infinite Warfare, but what you have to understand when I talk about Call of Duty, when I think about Call of Duty, I'm looking at it with a huge grain of salt, because I understand Activision's tactics and their current business model of microtransaction slot machines embedded in the fucking day one game product, right? And it's just, I don't even want to get into that. All right, but when it comes to Call of Duty games, I'm very, and I was interested in Infinite Warfare. Waited for some reviews, saw, didn't give a shit, didn't care. It just didn't look like something new to me. But I'm gonna tell you, in honest sincerity, the last campaign that I ever enjoyed in a Call of Duty campaign was World at War. All right, so I think I played both of those. I think that's what it was. So I think them going back to World War II, I don't know why people have a problem with this. This is such a good war to portray, because this is something that the children of today need to not fucking forget. The tragedies committed in World War II, if easily forgotten, could be easily repeated, okay? And you have kids running around calling people fascists for expressing their own opinion on stage and telling them that they need to shut the fuck up. I don't think anyone really understands what a fascist is anymore. I don't think anyone really understands what a Nazi is anymore. And I don't think that people who are throwing around these weighty words understand what the fuck they're even talking about. Okay, because people don't want to know shit. It seems like people are just content to go about their lives in their own private little intellectual bubble that they just want to stay in. They never want to hear different ideas. They never want to, listen to the other side. And it's That's the main problem with this, okay? Is you have 2 spoons in this fucking pot, and they're both going crazy, as outrageous as possible, because they know whoever makes butter first gets the most fucking clicks and gets the most money. All right? So I'm gonna start with an example. Mostly it's YouTubers with the Polygon article that are saying some ridiculous shit. This article here I'm gonna get to, calls them an alt-right, like fucking, I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. If Polygon is alt-right, I don't understand anything anymore. My fucking head hurts from all of these fucking people. Okay? But either way, we're gonna get into the fucking Polygon article first, because I want to talk about some of these statements that are clearly fucking stupid. Okay? Clearly just meant to sensationalize it, and proving that these developers, that Sledgehammer Games, they could have done nothing fucking right there, okay? Activision, I don't give a fuck about Activision. Fuck Activision in the face. All I'm gonna say about Activision right now is that I will defend them in this situation, because there was literally not a fucking thing they could have done right in this situation, alright? You're talking about people who have constantly been bitching about the things that you are specifically highlighting as features in your game. They're not gonna be happy. Okay? Because that means they have to write a positive review, and there's no sensationalism, there's no outrage, there's no backlash from the gamers. That doesn't equal fucking clicks, blah, 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 and that's the cycle continues. So let's jump into this. Let's read a couple of little clips here. And I want to pick these apart and explain why they're so fucking stupid. So they just say, we also fold in a story of diverse and global characters. Cowdery said of the cast characters after talking about his largely American male cast. He proceeded to talk about a British male soldier. Schofield followed this with a reference to the game's female lead, Rousseau, the powerful female leader of the French resistance. He said, as if reading from a cue card. Powerful female, we get it. See, that's why nothing Activision could have said, or fucking Sledgehammer could have said, would have placated these people. There was nothing they could have said, alright? Now here's the problem with this article and with all of this in general, okay? I think we need to understand their motives, okay? And obviously, reading that, I don't care who you are, Polygon went in there wanting to write an article about World War II and racist shit. They had it planned out, okay? The response to it, dozens of videos, fuck Polygon, all this shit, right? And it's just too much shit, okay? And it's happening to games because of the most trivial things, okay? I want to talk about Mass Effect Andromeda for a minute, and how this same shit happened to it before it even came out, because of a couple of things, all right, that I honestly am going to defend Mass Effect. And the reason I'm going to defend Mass Effect and this game is because when I played it, I didn't feel like, I honestly, at no point did I feel like the color of my skin mattered, alright? But you got this fucking guy, Veneer Air Devere, or whatever the fuck his name is, who's clearly a stupid son of a bitch who likes to say some hateful shit that shouldn't be said, alright? And he works at fucking BioWare, he's fucking head over Mass Effect Andromeda supposedly. So he says racist shit on Twitter, some awful shit on Twitter, so all of a sudden, this game is racist, right? All of a sudden, this game is teaching a race agenda and all this shit, right? And it's not, okay? And then on top of that, you have an entire other group of the fucking outrage media talking about how the lead facial animator was a fucking cosplayer and blah blah blah, who wasn't fit for the job and blah blah blah. Okay, the thing about this is I'm gonna recommend you go read this excellent PC article about this. Alright, I'm gonna have links below to all this shit. There's this excellent PC article where it goes into the development end of things and how the facial animators actually aren't involved in like a huge portion of the game's cutscenes, which just so happen to make up a lot of those sections of highlight reel, okay? And they're explaining that it's an algorithm and it's blah blah blah. They should have went with something that Horizon Zero Dawn did. It doesn't make sense to me. It's on a technical level, but it makes enough sense to make fucking sense, okay? Does that make sense? All I'm saying is, read this article, okay? Because this girl, whatever, dude. I don't know who she is. I don't give a shit. I mean, if she was the lead facial animator, I don't think she did a terrible job, because after this latest update, the facial animations don't look that bad. I honestly was immersed. I didn't have to see them before, so I can understand people who had to play with the shitty day one release. Me personally, I didn't have to see them. They don't look that bad to me. There's some emotion there. It's you know, so whatever, dude. But you know, the thing is I've actually played the game. And we have people who they're just gleeful that they were able to get this video down-clicked and hated on. And all this, before it even came out, before people could have a chance, they're just meta-bombing it, right? Because fuck them, right? And I don't know. It's just these gleeful people that can go fuck themselves, who are just profiting off of making bullshit outrage where none should exist. And Call of Duty World of War II is the perfect example. What I think we should be discussing are the amount of microtransactions we'll possibly see in it, because it is an Activision game. Alright? And every Activision title I just know is coming stock standard with the fucking microtransactions, right? They're gonna be in there. It's a sad fact of life that every Activision game is going to be released with microtransactions at this point in time. And not only microtransactions, randomly generated, items and rewards from those microtransactions, nothing of substance you can really buy. And this is, of course, on top of the already season pass and, things of that nature that are also going to be released. So, like, with Activision games, like, that's the kind of thing that I think we should be talking about. Like, those are the things that I think matter in video games. I don't think the amount of fucking, diversity, the amount of sexual diversity, the amount of anything like that matters, all right? And I don't understand why people are, I understand and respect people's opinions if they want to boycott a game because someone said something fucking stupid. Like, I can respect your opinion, and I will definitely defend your right to have that opinion, okay? But I think a lot of people were just like, this is the problem. This is, ever since Gamergate, it's just stirred up this fucking this goddamn need to outdo each other on one side or the other, and it's fucking hurting all of us, guys. It's hurting all of us. Of course Activision had a checklist. You gave it to them, Polygon. So stop complaining about the fruits of your hard labor. And sleep in the goddamn bed that you have made. I love you guys. Sorry. Ended on a little dark note there, but yeah, fuck Polygon. Love you guys. Talk to you next time. Take care. As always, stay safe. Keep kicking ass. My 2 cents. Leave me yours in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter just for the fuck of it. And until next time, keep kicking ass, guys.